One thing I realized, Alexa, volume down, volume down. One thing I realized is, we're all interconnected, right? It's all consciousness and it's all one energy, right? Having a human experience. And I think that there's an aspect of remembering that essence in the human suit as part of this game, this construct, this theater, whatever. Because that's why awakening or being aware happens. For the most part, it has to happen because we live in an artificial construct. Okay? Before this artificial construct that we call society, government, countries, cities, towns, provinces, all of that, before we lived in that, all those words are constructs, right? They're programs. Because where does France end and where does Italy begin? Where does Switzerland end and where does Germany begin? It's all arbitrary. It's not real. It's programs, yeah? It's programs, it's not real. When you live in a border town, where do you live? It's a program, okay? Anyway, back to the point. When we didn't live in those constructed, programmed matrix worlds, right? We were pure consciousness because we didn't have any of this weird belief systems and weird narratives that we have to follow every day and right? Guys, can you see what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to paint the picture. There's a veil in front of you in terms of your experience of the human life as consciousness, and that veil is taking your attention away. Yeah. And then by taking your attention away, you become attached to that story and you start to manifest that story and you start to live in that story. And then the rules of that world bind you to that world, even though you are pure consciousness that can't be bound in any direction. So it's my belief that we left because time doesn't exist, right? So we ourselves as conscious beings leave ourselves clues, we leave ourselves messages, because everything that is happening has already happened. It's finished. Yeah, we're just going through the motions. I say this all the time. So when you come to that realization, you realize, okay, you are in this artificial construct, but perhaps you've already gone through this artificial construct knowing that, okay, I didn't enjoy that experience when I was living that program. So to stop myself, i.e. consciousness, from re-experiencing, I'm going to leave clues for myself. Right? And each time a clue was left, that clue glitches the 3D world. It glitches the matrix, right? So in essence, what I'm trying to say is me talking to you, if anything I say resonates with you 100%, right? Literally, you as part of your, okay, I'm going to come on earth and go into the construct world and experience but at some point I'm going to activate this and I'm going to, and that's going to remind me of this, or I'm going to put this here and that's going to try and nudge me in this direction. Can you see? It's a game. It's a game of how to beat the construct. So hearing my voice is something that you already, you pre-planned. It's something you've already done. You placed me there at a specific frequency. That at this frequency, I'm going to hear this, and that's also going to. It's like it's in your toolkit of like powers in a video game, right? That you can use to try and, like weapons. You're gonna, add another something to your machine gun, or you know what I mean. I'm not being very, very clear about. That's what it is. But then the beauty of it is, at the same time, I did this, like, I say that it's not even, we all did it. So it's like, whilst you're going through it, it's like it's reflections, guys. Like, oh my God, because there's only one. Because if consciousness experienced life in a construct, yeah, and it failed the mission, if it's re-experiencing this game again, right? Like, you're playing a video game and it's ended, right? Alexa off, Alexa off, Alexa off. You're playing a video game and you get to a stage and you fail the stage and you're replaying that game. You're going to go in there with a different awareness, yeah, different toolkit, okay, when I get here, I'm going to use that. When I get there, I'm going to activate this. When I do that, I'm going to activate that. So we have come in here, we have these pre-planned agreements of how we're going to play the game, things that we're going to put into our path to energize us, waking us up. It's when I say we, consciousness as one being did it one time. And that one time reverberates through every single experience of every fractal of consciousness. So you placed me in your game. Conversely, I placed you in my game. But then there is no I placing you in the game. It was just one I placing itself in its own game to remind it of its own self. Happy Saturday, man.